Good morning, and welcome to our community meditation, and a special welcome to those of you online. Thank you all for being with us today in consciousness. My name is Judy Poteet, and I am your practitioner for the day. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones so that we can have silence accompanied by beautiful music and no ringtones. Our meditation will last about 15 minutes or so. So I want you to take a deep breath and settle into the silence. I invite you to begin to center yourself with that breath. Allow the busyness of this past week and any worries or concerns to simply fall away. You might have them fall onto the floor, where you could either pick them up later or leave them here to be swept away. You might want to just turn them over to God. Continue to breathe, allowing the inhale and exhale of your breath to relax and center you. By allowing your mind to focus on your breath, you open your mind to that still small voice that is waiting to be heard. Feel the presence of the divine, the unconditional love, the calm of peace that is ever present. Feel the awe of this presence that is nearer than the air. The divine, unconditional love. As you continue to focus on your breath, breathe into your heart space, feeling the love, peace, beauty, and joy that is spirit, the divine, flowing into your heart and circulating through your body. As you recognize this feeling of love, think about something or someone that you appreciate, or maybe something that you are proud of, or something that you're grateful for. Imagine that you're in a magnificent garden, a garden with beautiful plants, vibrant colors of flowers, songbirds, and a sense of peace, that still, quiet peace. This is your garden, the garden of your life. Each plant, each flower is one that you have planted during your lifetime. As you explore your garden, remembering your accomplishments, remembering the happy experiences, you feel a sense of gratitude for this good that has happened in your life. This garden is always available to you. You can visit it anytime you like. So as you continue to explore, you notice some old plants that have outgrown their usefulness. Maybe some of the plants are dying. And also, in that same area, there's these weeds that have started growing. You decide to replant that area of the garden. To do that, think about what experiences you want in your garden. What do you want your life to be like? What seeds of intention do you want to plant? It might be something work-related, or maybe health, maybe a relationship, or even a world with peace. What is your heart longing to experience? In order for our plants to grow, we must get rid of the old stuff and the weeds. Get rid of those thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve us, those habits that block us from our good. Some of the weeds are easy to pull out, and we can get rid of those. However, some of those old plants and weeds are more difficult to get rid of. Those ideas of not good enough, or I can't, or it's impossible. Those weeds of fear, worry, or judgments. For the difficult plants, we need our tools. Tools such as affirmative prayer, gratitude, classes, affirmations, meditation, forgiveness, and several others that you may use. Identify the old ideas, beliefs, and habits that are obstacles in your path. And which of your tools would you use to pull that weed or that old plant out of your garden? To remove the obstacle from your path. Use these tools and begin clearing the weeds and the dying plants. Once the old plants and weeds are gone, it is time to prepare the soil, to add the nutrients to help your seeds grow into healthy, vibrant plants. For fertilizer, water, and sunshine, we have many of the same tools that we used before: prayer, affirmations, study, meditation, gratitude, connecting with others. Occasionally, there might be a weed or a plant that will start to grow back, and then we need to bring back the forgiveness to permanently remove the weed. As you look at the other parts of your garden again, and the lush, vibrant plants that are growing there, you know that replanting this section is something that you can do, something you've done before. There is beauty in this garden, and your efforts will make it even more beautiful. Now is time to remember the seeds that you want to plant. What experiences do you want in your garden? What do you want your life to be like? What seeds of intention do you want in your garden? What do you want to plant? It might be something work-related or health, or a world of peace. What is in your heart longing to experience? Gather the seeds you're ready to plant and put them in the soil. Release them. Surrender them to the soil. Keep the idea of what you want to grow planted firmly in your mind, and release the idea of how it's going to grow in the soil. For example, keep the idea of vibrant health in mind without concern as to how the health will be created in your life. It is the creative medium, the soil, that will communicate with you and tell you the next step. Once the seeds are planted and you have surrendered them to the soil, remembering not to dig them up again to see how they're doing, you can tend them with your spiritual tools. You can provide the water to nurture and support the seeds, the sunshine. Remember, there may be some weeds show up, but you know how to remove them. Meditation, affirmations, gratitude, forgiveness, affirmative prayer, connecting with others, and taking actions as directed by Spirit are the sunshine, the water, and the weeding needed to prevent doubt, fear, worry, and other weeds from growing. Connecting with God, Spirit, the divine, will guide you, support you, and reassure you that all is well and unfolding as it should. Take a deep breath. Come back to this place, this center. You might want to move around. Open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for being here and playing along with me in the garden. It's time for our meditation period to be over. Our service will begin in about 14 minutes according to the clock. So we'll see you then. Walk around, visit, and have fun.
See with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see with the eyes of love. May I hear with the ears of love. May I speak with the words of love. May love be in my heart. May I see. May There is a power, a presence, one life of all, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite. One love, there can only be God's love. Oh yes, I know that I walk. Oh yes, I walk in the love of God. Oh, there is a wisdom, a knowing, a loving, and a truth. Whatever you need to know will come in God's way for you. Just say, until it's sure, I'll pray. I won't move until I know that I walk in the love of God. For the power, glory, of God is everywhere. I can feel it, it's everywhere. I can see it, it's everywhere. And I know in my heart, power, glory, of God is everywhere. Don't you see it, it's everywhere. Don't you feel it, it's everywhere. Won't you say in your heart, yes, I walk in the love of God. There is a power, a presence, one life of all, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite. One love, God's love. Oh yes, I know that I walk. I know. In the love of God. For the power and the glory and the love of God. I can feel it, yes. I can see it, it's, and I know in my heart the power, glory, and the love of God is everywhere. Don't move, everywhere. Till you see it, it's everywhere. Be still, everywhere. Till you see it, it's everywhere. Praise God, everywhere. Till you see it, it's everywhere. Till you know in your yes, I walk in the love of God. There is a power, a presence, one life of all, and no other power can exist outside of the infinite. One love, God's love. Oh yes, I know that I walk. Oh yes, I walk in the love of God. I walk in the
Good morning, Center for Spiritual Living. What a glorious morning this is for this first Sunday in July. Welcome to our center. We're so happy to have you here with us. I want to say a special hi to those people that are joining us online. Would you turn and wave at the glass window back there? Joe's videoing us for our live stream audience in the back there. And what a joy it is to have all of you here. I see some new faces, and I see a lot of returning faces. I'm happy to see you all here with us today. We're going to kick it off by singing You and Me. And Joe's got us a special video that we did for our community when we were at Abston Elementary School. You might see some familiar faces in that. If you'd like to stand and join us, the words are going to be on the screen. Justin's going to lead us.
One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out, I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. I'm shining from the inside out, I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life, one life, one love, one life, one life, one love, one life, one life, one love, one life, one life. Break it down. Keep on shining from the inside out, I'm so happy, I just want to shout. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is. One life living as you and me, one life shining as you and me, one love loving as you and me, 'cause God is all there is.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Greet your neighbor at this time if you're comfortable doing so.
We have huggers, and then we have really huggers. But we got to get those 20 in a day, so we're good. We're all happy. If you are new here for the first time, I forgot to say this at the beginning, but we have a connection card in the back of the seats pockets in front of you. So if you'd like to give us a little information about you and join our mailing list, we'd be happy to put you on that. So fill it out, take it to the back table after service, or stick it in the basket when that gets passed around. All right, we're going to shift now to a little more contemplative time. I'm going to invite up our practitioner of the day, Judy Petit, to give us our affirmation written by Kelly Marshall and our invocation.
Good morning. Oh, okay, it is on. I thought for a minute it wasn't on, but it is on. Okay, there is light here. If you'll join me in the affirmation. I am a powerful expression of infinite potential. I celebrate my ever-expanding good every day.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Let's sing it. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know.
As we continue to sit in the silence and remain in awe of the presence of God, feel it. It's palatable. It's real. That unconditional love, that almighty power, that divine intelligence that I call God. The wholeness of God is right here, right now, completely fulfilling itself through you. I am so grateful for this, to know this truth, to know that we come here together to share the awe of that experience of the divine, to be in community, to learn and grow, to experience the blessings of friendship and wholeness. I know this time is blessed for each and every one of us. I welcome the learning that is going to be taking place, and I open myself to receive. And so, knowing that all is well, I simply say, and so it is.
Let's sing now. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know. Let's sing again. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I am God. Be still. Be still and know. Be still and know.
Thank you, Justin and Judy. That was wonderful. I love to sit up there and start my day that way. That is so good. So this month, we're starting a new theme for our exploration of the mystic's journey. Oh, I forgot to change June to July. Okay, we're in July. We are releasing and celebrating. This is the path to vibrant living. So far this year, we've been talking about this mystic's journey, and I've been exploring a lot of what it means to be a mystic, how mystics practice. The last month was a lot about their superpowers that they have. And so now we're going to go into how they actually bring this out into the world. And so today I'm going to focus on three of my favorite mystics. Ernest Holmes, our founder. Emma Curtis Hopkins, who was his teacher, one of his teachers. And then one of my favorite mystics, Joel Goldsmith. So we're going to go through that. And we're going to be using our creative process and our metaphysical teaching symbol, which you see on the stained glass, and you see hanging on the wall in the back, and you see on lots of things around the center, all the tissue boxes and all that stuff. Yeah, I have fun. So we're going to start with an idea from Emma Curtis Hopkins. So Emma Curtis Hopkins is most known for saying this phrase right here. There is a good for me, and I ought to have it. There is a good for me, and I ought to have it. And when she uses the word ought, I had to really work with this one for a while, because to me, ought was like a, I should have it, but I don't have it kind of thing. You know, I ought to have it, but I don't. And so I had to really work with that and had to go back to a little more archaic meaning of the word ought, because Emma Curtis Hopkins was doing her work in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So we had to go back a little bit in time to find the meaning that she was using. Here she uses the word ought as the same as expect to have it. There is a good for me, and I expect to have it. Now, that's only part of the quote. This is the second part, and this is the one that gets a little controversial for some people, because little Emma was about this tall, probably weighed 100 pounds soaking wet, and she was a spitfire. So this is what she said in her full quote. There is a good for me, and I ought to have it. I demand to see it. Now, that is powerful. It gives me chills when I say it. I demand to see it. There is a good for me, and I ought to have it, and I demand to see it. Emma used the word good as synonymous with God. God, my good is my God, she would often say. And so when she talked about good, it's always with a capital G, because again, it's synonymous with God, and it is the fulfillment of God through us. It is all of the things that we expect to have in as God fulfilling itself through us. Now, behind this is a premise that, an understanding that God is never anything but good. And so it's important for us to really begin to understand that, because if we're experiencing something that is other than good, it is not God. And it is part of what Joel would call the mesmeric sense, or the illusion of humanhood. There's nothing real to it, but yet it seems to be part of our experience at the time. So this is what we're starting with this premise today, and now I'm going to go to this science of mind symbol. So you're familiar with our teaching symbol. This has become known as the symbol for Centers for Spiritual Living. However, it first started just as a metaphysical teaching symbol. Ernest wasn't the first to use it. He used it a lot. Other people had used it before him. I have references to Phineas Quimby, who was one of the early New Thought people, using this very same symbol in his lectures. It is a symbol that shows us the movement of spirit into form, and then form returning to spirit. The circle, the center around the outside, means that there's only one. It's a unity of all life. The three sections in there is the triune nature of spirit. In Christianity, they would say Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Here we say the mind, or spirit, soul, and body, or the effect. So spirit is up here at the top. Mind, Ernest uses the word mind frequently in that. Soil, or spirit, soil or soul, is that middle section. And then whatever it is we're experiencing in this physical plane is down here in the body. Now that can be a thing or it can be an experience. So our health is part of that lower level there, as is our body itself. So it can be tangible or it can be an experience, either one. We often use an analogy of a seed, soil, and plant to describe the creative process. And so in this creative process, the seed is the high idea. It is the perfect idea in God. It is the good that Emma was talking about. It is that thing that we're bringing into expression. The soil is what we also call the creative medium. It is the part that acts upon the seed. So the seed gets planted in the soil does what the soil does, and what happens is we get a plant, right? We get the effect of that happening. So in our seed, soil, and plant analogy, we don't spend a lot of time really working in the area that we need to work in the most. We spend most of our time thinking about the thing that we're wanting to bring into existence, that seed up there. We're trying to perfect the best seed possible. We do this through visualization. Like if you want to bring a new car into your life, you begin to visualize exactly what that car would look like, what it would feel like to drive it. You outline everything that you want. It has to have 4 doors, air conditioning, be yellow, or in my case, orange. It has to have 4-wheel drive. It has to have leather seats, all of these things. We perfect that idea. And then we get this result down here, but we don't really pay a lot of attention to what's going on in the middle there. And that's what I want to talk about today. This talk is entitled Clearing the Soil. So that soil is where things happen. Now, this is just a picture of soil. I just Googled, give me a picture of soil, and this is what came up. This looks like pretty healthy soil, doesn't it? It's got a nice, rich color to it. It's got a little bit of stuff in there that probably helps with the aeration so that you can have lots of movement for the roots and things like that. A seed can't grow without the soil, right? We all agree with that. Well, it can if you have water, but that's a whole different thing. We're not going there. The soil is the medium, the stuff that nurtures the seed. The food comes from the soil, right? We get all of the nutrients from the soil. The soil anchors the seed. It keeps it grounded to where it needs to be so that it can have the time to build the stalk and develop the root system that will help it become a healthy plant. And so in metaphysical terms, the soil is our subconscious mind. It's our mind. It's that thing that controls a lot of what happens in our world. And in our mind are our hidden beliefs, our mental attitude, and all of the existing patterns that we've developed over our lifetime. Some of them that we know consciously we've developed, and some of them we haven't. So again, we often call it the creative medium. It is that part that helps us bring into our experience all those things that we want. Now Jesus, our master teacher, taught the parable of the sower. The sower is the person who, throwing the seeds out, sowing the seeds. And he describes the seeds falling on rocky ground or shallow soil or among the thorns and brambles. And when they were placed in that rocky ground, that arid ground that didn't have a lot of water or too shallow, they withered and died. They didn't have enough nutrients there to take hold and to grow into healthy plants. But the same seed put into good soil, healthy soil, soil that has been nourished, soil that's had the weeds pulled out of it, the rocks removed, all of those things out of there, they can grow into, as Jesus says, they brought forth 30, 60, or 100-fold plants. So our soil is affected by our BS. What's the BS that we're telling ourselves? What is our belief system? What is it that we tell ourselves? Are we actually believing, when I say there's a powerful good in the universe, greater than I am, and I can use it, as our founder Ernest says, there's a powerful good in the universe, greater than I am, and I can use it. Do we actually believe that? Or do we hear, yeah, but this isn't happening right now, or yeah, but this isn't going to be my experience, or yeah, but. If there is only good, and we are experiencing anything that we don't feel like is good, then it's coming from what we've planted. It's coming from the ideas that we've planted and let grow in our soil. So what are those ideas that we've planted there that are limiting us? Our entire role in this world is to be the gardeners that bring forth the blossoms, that bring forth the beauty, that bring forth the multitude of fruit, the baskets and baskets full of our harvest. What are we harvesting? Are we harvesting those things that are really good and healthy or not so good? So part of our problem is our belief system often looks like this. Instead of that nice, healthy, rich soil, it's full of rocks. It's kind of dried up. Doesn't have a lot of room for roots to grow in there. Sometimes it's been compacted down to where it's so hard, like we have our caliche here in the valley, that stops any kind of growth from happening. If our belief system is full of all of these obstacles, then how are we going to experience anything good? So for instance, I could say, I could be focusing on my health and I want to have vibrant health. And yet in the back of my mind, I say this: I always get sick at this time of the year. If that's what the chatter is that's going on in my subconscious mind, then how can I expect to have healthy, vibrant living? Maybe I'm working on relationships, and I say, people always leave me. People always leave me. How can I be expecting to have a long-term, fulfilling relationship with people if that's the belief system that's in the back of my mind? Or maybe I'm working on my finances, my abundance, and I say there's never enough. If these are the words, the chatter that's going on in the back of my mind, that would be great to figure that out and let that go from our system. Now, if our soil looked like this, where all those beliefs, all those little rocks were laying on top of the surface, it'd be easy to pick them up, wouldn't it? It'd be easy to clear that soil out. The problem is they don't. They don't lay on the top up there. They're hidden down inside of us. They are beliefs that we have not even begun to examine. And they are operating in our experience all of the time. I wanted to give you an example of this. And so the thing that I thought of was my health. Now, when I started here 20 years ago, I had 4 chronic conditions. I was taking 13 prescriptions a day. Most of them had to do with asthma and bronchitis. I had what the doctors called chronic bronchitis and asthma. And so when I said that thing about I always get sick at this time of the year, I actually said that. I said that for years. I would get sick in the fall. School would start. All of a sudden, I've gone from 3 months of not being around all of these little contagious critters that come into classrooms. And they would come, and they'd come with colds, and they'd come, and then I had to learn to keep hand sanitizer on my desk, and then I had to train myself to actually use it, because it just on the desk doesn't really do any good. I figured that one out after a couple of months. This was the thing that was the hardest for me. I would grade papers, and my eyes get itchy a lot. And so I'm grading papers and I'm rubbing my eyes. And I'm grading papers and I'm rubbing my eyes. And I'm grading papers. I had to train myself to not touch my face or my eyes as I was grading papers until I'd washed my hands. Because God bless them, those little kids have everything imaginable. And I believed that everything imaginable was possible to come into my experience. And so guess what? I experienced it. I had bronchitis every 6 to 8 weeks. I had bronchitis. I had bronchitis so often that I am now allergic to almost every antibiotic there is. Because I kept getting sick, and they'd give me antibiotics, and I just went to the doctor and they'd give me more and more. I would watch the trees. Olive trees would start to bloom and the olives would start to drop, and I would say to myself, man, you're going to get sick. And guess what? I'd get sick. I would watch the lawn keepers mow the grass at the school, and I think, oh man, I'm breathing that in. I'm going to get sick. And guess what? I got sick. I could see a rocky area that I needed to walk across, and I could think to myself, I better be careful or I might trip. Wouldn't you know it? I would trip. I had this down pat. I could manifest any kind of illness you wanted to have in your life, all the way up to cancer. All the way up to cancer. When I was in my early 20s, I remember reading about uterine cancer. And I remember saying to myself, man, I got all these symptoms. I could have that. At 54, I had uterine cancer. How much of our belief system has been coming through us for years and years and years? And this isn't just because that I was susceptible to it. I was in a world where it was possible. And everybody around me was repeating these same kind of things. And so this was the belief system I internalized. I would get sick. My parents would say, oh my goodness, she's going to get sick again. Oh my goodness. Like hospitalizations for bronchitis and pneumonia. All of these things. It was really quite bad. And then I came here. And I started learning that if I change how I think about things, the things I think about will change. That was unbelievably profound to me. Now, I consider myself highly educated. I have 2 master's degrees. I've been a school teacher. I've been a university instructor for years. That was shocking to me. Do you mean what I think about actually is outpicturing in my life? I was proving it every day. I didn't know I was proving it every day until I came here. And I remember not too long, it's probably the first year I was starting here, I went to a chiropractor because I'd been in an accident. And she said, how are you doing today? And I said, oh, I'm okay, but my lupus has flared up. And she looked me right in the eye and she said, the lupus. And I never realized up until that moment how much I owned that disease as being part of who I was. These were my belief systems. That this was the thing that was actually running my life. Where all of those rocks and weeds and stones and everything that was going on in my subconscious mind was determining the experience I was going to have. Now I can go back and look at anything that I would think of as a negative experience and find those hidden beliefs that go along with it. If you're not sure what your hidden beliefs are, begin to examine that. Whenever you feel some kind that is other than good, as Emma calls it, something that's other than good, think, what am I really believing about that? Am I believing that there's only a limited amount of resources available in this world? You can hear it on the news all the time. They're going to tell you that. They're going to tell you there are people that are starving all over this world because there isn't enough. And yet more and more and more is produced. We know that right now there's food rotting in warehouses. It's not that there isn't enough. It's our belief system has created this idea of limitation, of scarcity. Joel Goldsmith says, we do not create harmony, we reveal it. Harmony is our nature. Good is always meant for us. But all of these hidden beliefs that we have are actually covering up our experience of it. I could not experience good health because I had a belief system that said, this is what you're going to experience. I never realized until after I got here what a powerful manifester I was. Now, if I could just turn that around to some other things, that'd be really good. And I'm working on it. But I could manifest illness like you wouldn't believe. Our founder, Ernest, says, the law is always responding to the entirety of our belief system. So oftentimes we will say one thing out loud. It's coming out of our mouths. We know affirmations, right? We can use great affirmations here. We can actually craft them and come up with the best and most powerful words possible, and then we say them, and in the back of my mind we hear, yeah, but not for you. Yeah, but Yeah, but this is too hard. Yeah, but I call those the yeah buts. They're constantly part of our belief system, that BS that we have going on in our head that is constantly negating our affirmations. If our affirmations have not become internalized within us, if we actually don't believe that, and this is a difference between intellectually understanding something and embodying it and getting it to that place where it's actually part of our experience. Until we begin to do that, then it doesn't work. So going back to my health challenge, after I came here and I started studying Ernest and Joel Goldsmith a lot, I began to change how I believed about things, not necessarily what I believed about illness as much as what I believed about who I was. So you've heard the master teachers say, the place on which I stand is holy ground, for God is there. The Father and I are one. Now, as long as I'm not understanding that, that's just words I'm repeating. But if I spend time in meditation, in contemplation, and really begin to understand that, in meditation, I have had the experience of being one with God. And once I have the experience of it, then it doesn't even matter about the intellectual understanding anymore, because now I've embodied it. And so then I began saying things like, none of these things come nigh my dwelling place, when I saw little sick kids. A kid come up to me and kids, they love to hug you. They've just sneezed all over themselves and they come up and they hug you. It's just a thing. Any of my teacher friends out there know this. This is what happens. They have, their hands are like gross. And so, they come up and they want to hug you. And you have to hug them. I mean, that's just it. You would never reject a child that way. But as I'm hugging them, I'm saying, none of these things come nigh my dwelling place. Now, I'm saying it in my head, because they're not going to understand it. And not only that, people start to look at you kind of strange when you say it out loud. Because the I within me, does not dwell here. As Jesus said, my world is not of this world. I reside in a different world, in the world of God, the world of truth, the world of infinite possibility, where good is always happening. And when I understand that, it doesn't bother me if children come up to me. Well, the gross part's kind of but it doesn't bother me if they come up sneezing and coughing. I can greet somebody here that looks like they're sick. It doesn't bother me, because in my head, I am constantly doing what Joel Goldsmith calls your protective work. Now, protective work is not protecting myself against evil. It's reminding myself of the truth of who I am. That's protective work. And that's what the mystics have learned to do. To keep in mind who they are. That they are the living embodiment of a divine creative source, so powerful, so good, that none of these things can come nigh their dwelling place. None of these things can touch us. And so the law is always responding to the entirety of our belief system. It's not just the conscious seed we plant on Sunday morning. It's not just what I'm telling you right now. But it's the deep beliefs that we carry with us, that we water every day, that we allow to grow in our soil. Often unconsciously, but yet we're still doing it. It's the fears that we have that feed that plant of doubt, that plant of disease, that plant of limitation that's growing in our consciousness. Our fears, our regrets, our doubts, our hidden beliefs are feeding that. That's the nutrients that we're adding to our soil when we're working in that kind of an atmosphere. Until we get clear about who we are, then those are the things that are going to be our experience. And so how do we get clear? The first thing begins with awareness. We have to look at our soil. We got to dig it up. We got to clean up those things. We got to move out all those weeds, the weeds of fear, the weeds of doubt, the weeds of limitation. We got to pull those things up by the roots. Don't leave anything in there to keep growing. We got to get rid of the rocks, all those hard things that have limiting the space that we could grow in. Clean those away. And then we have to begin to add stuff to it, the nutrients. And so beginning with, what beliefs am I carrying in this area of my life? So if you want to work on your finances, what do I really believe about money? If I want to work on relationships, what do I believe about love? If I want to work on my health, what do I think is operating in my body? Second thing we need to do is to let it go and then forgive ourselves for ever thinking it in the first place. Removing those rocks and weeds. This is a great affirmation. You can say, I bless and release every belief that no longer serves me. I forgive myself and others for teaching me limitations. We can look at our family history and think, oh, but my parents taught me this. This is a belief system that I got. That's their fault. That does us no good to blame. We need to begin to forgive it, release it, because I honestly believe every single person does the best they can in every single moment with all of the tools that they have. If they could have done better, they would have done better. Now, sometimes it feels like what they're doing may be malicious, but if they knew better, they wouldn't be that way. If they understood the truth of who they are, that I and my Father are one, that the place on which I stand is holy ground, they couldn't do it. They would have a different experience of life. The next thing that we have to do is we have to add some good stuff to the soil. Just like the farmer fertilizes. They add minerals that the soil needs. They add nutrients that it's missing. They rotate the crop to help it grow in different ways. They do all of that stuff to keep that soil good and healthy. We do that with our spiritual practices. I've mentioned it already, meditation. Meditation is where we begin to commune with Spirit, where we begin to actually have the experience of God. Contemplation, meditation, being quiet, be still and know that I am God. And I've spoken about affirmations already. Affirmations are words that begin to help us understand truth at a deeper level. But again, look at what you believe when you say those affirmations. If you've got a BS button being pushed in the back of your mind, the affirmation isn't going to do you any good. So massage it, work it out to where you can get to a place that you can believe that, and then let it expand from there. And of course, our form of prayer, spiritual mind treatment. If you aren't comfortable doing it for yourself, ask for prayer. There's something unbelievably powerful about you taking that action and asking for prayer. As Joel Goldsmith often says, you take one step towards God, and God takes 1,000 steps towards you. You have to open up to it. And the thing is, you don't even have to hear the prayer. The action has started the moment you ask for it. So we have a prayer box in the lobby. There's some slips of paper right near it. Write a prayer request. Doesn't have to be detailed even. Our practitioners will hold you in prayer throughout the week. Our website has a prayer request button. Click on it, fill out the little form. Our practitioners get a list every Monday morning of all the people that have asked for prayer with 1 or 2 words about what it is they're asking for. Because the truth is, it starts working the moment you ask. And then what we do is just secondary to that. That's just added on. That's all these good things will be added unto thee. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven. That means you've got to ask. And then all these things will be added unto thee. Once you ask, that's the power. That starts the process happening. So ask for treatment. We are thrilled to do it. If you haven't been receiving them yet, we have 31 days of prayer for peace going on right now. It's free. You just sign up for it, and you'll be sent a link that has all of the past ones. plus the current ones that are being sent out each week. What are we on, about middle of the week, Kelly? We're on the 17th? Okay, so we've got another 14 days, 2 more weeks of prayers coming out. Sign up for it. They're beautiful prayers for all different aspects of what might be other than peace right now. And the last thing that we need to do is be consistent. Consistent cultivation. How many of you have ever gotten a plant and then left it and not given it any water? Yeah, I have a lot of those. What happens? It dries up, right? Dies. We have to take care of the plants. We have to take care of those seeds that we're planting. And again, we do that by noticing what it is we're saying to ourselves. What is the BS that's speaking in our minds right now? What is our belief system? We have to look at those things that we have believed based on something that's a fearful thing. Fear is a really powerful indicator of where our belief system is. If we're afraid to do something, begin to examine that. Begin to see what's happening. And again, look at those inherited beliefs, those things that have come to us that we just took for granted that was true. Throughout all society, there's all kinds of them. I remember the one that my father, he grew up very impoverished in rural Indiana, where there were people that had beautiful big farms, and there were people that worked the farms for them. And so his belief system, I remember him telling me this as a young adult. I had to get out of there because the people that had were always going to have, and the people that didn't have were never going to get it. That was a belief system that he had. Now, he moved out of there, so he managed to make a wonderful life for himself. But his belief system was that if he stayed in rural Indiana, that he would never have anything. That was a very powerful belief system of his. And so for him, it was breaking away from that helped it. But begin to look at what those beliefs are. You know, I had to start to look, where in my life do I think that there are people that are going to always have and people that are never going to have? And I began to see examples of it in my life where I was actually believing that internalized cultural belief that came through. And so, you know, look at that. Weed out those false ideas. Get rid of them. You know, go back to God is always good. And if it's something that's appearing to God, it is not real. If it's appearing other than God, it is not real. Jesus told Pontius Pilate on the day he was being sentenced to crucifixion, "Thou could have no power over me unless it was given to thee by God." There is no power out there other than God. And if there's anything that appears that way, that's where we begin to look at our belief system and look at what it is that we are actually letting operate in our experience. And so when our soil is clean and clear, when we've gotten rid of the weeds and the rocks and the debris that have littered it, when we have nurtured it and fertilized it and watered it and taken care of it, cultivating those plants, our seeds are going to grow. So look at our seeds that we're planting. Am I planting more false beliefs, or am I planting only good? The law of growth is automatic. The soil is always going to do what the soil does. It doesn't care what seed you plant in there. You could plant a nice, healthy tomato seed, or you can plant a rotten apple seed. And the soil is going to do the same thing that it always does. So what do you want to experience in your life? And again, don't try to force it, but allow it to be cultivated and nurtured. Our task here is all about the preparation, the cultivation, and the trust. Developing that deep faith that knows what it knows, what it knows. Developing that faith to a place where it is unshakable within us. Because I and my Father are one, and the place on which I stand is holy ground. For God is always there. Now that's an affirmation you can take with you. and really begin to allow it to work in your life. Let's take this into prayer. I invite our practitioners to stand and surround us. As I said, these beloved people hold you in prayer throughout the week. They are happy to pray with you after service here. And if you want to schedule a longer session with them, you can contact the ones that are available for that by going to our website. Clicking on their names, you'll get their contact information. So I just invite you to take in that breath. Allow it to clear and release anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. For that breath is life. And life is nothing but God. Because truly God is all there is. That one power, that one presence, that one creative love intelligence that brings forth everything. That is always fulfilling itself as good and only good. I know this one as that unconditional love, that perfect peace, that wisdom and intelligence, so powerful, so clear, and so all-encompassing, that it knows all. It knows all because it is all, for nothing exists outside of this one. And so knowing there is only one, I know that I am one with it. That the power and the presence of that creative love intelligence resides right at the heart of my being. And as I know this is true for me, I know this is true for each and every one of us. For we are all that unique and perfect emanation of this powerful love. And so knowing this truth, I speak my word. I know that right here and right now within each one of us is that seed of good, waiting for the right conditions to grow and sprout and develop fully within our experience. I know that each one of us is that place where God shows up in all of its magnificence, in all of its glory, in all of its fulfillment. I know that God is waiting for that opening. And as we open ourselves up, as we say yes, as we reach out in prayer, a space becomes available for Spirit to rush in, to fill it with all of that good, to give it a place for that seed to be nurtured and grown, to allow that seed to express itself fully in our lives as our experiences. I'm so grateful to know this. I'm so grateful to feel it. I'm so grateful to see it happening in this community and beyond. For I believe in this power. I believe in this presence. And I believe that the action and the activity of God is never anything but good. And so I release this word into the law, into that creative mind that resoundingly responds with yes. Yes, yes. I let it go and I let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, God's revealed and I am whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, God's revealed and I am whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, God's revealed and I am whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, God's revealing I am whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, God's revealing I am whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, God's revealing I am whole.
Thank you, Justin. Whew. Thank you, practitioners. Ah, how beautiful. All right, now is that time we have to support our community financially. We have several ways that you can give electronically here. We have Zelle, Text to Give, and our online donation button. And we happily receive any cash or check donations here in person today. Or you can mail them into the church later on, too. So we'll take it. We'll take it any way we can get it. Would you just put your hands over your heart, please? And repeat after me. This gift I give goes forth from me. Does amazing and miraculous things. And returns to me in kind. Pressed down and overflowing. We're singing money is coming to me. The words are on the screen if you'd like to stand and sing with us.
Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Every time I open my heart, I receive all that I need. Knowing that God is my source. I release and let it flow. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Let's sing. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me. Money is coming to me easily and effortlessly. Money is coming to me.
Oh, I kind of like that song. And so we just give thanks for everything that we received here today, knowing that each one of these gifts blesses our community amazingly, and it goes out from us in the most miraculous ways. We are so thankful, and so it is.
So it is.
Thank you. Just a couple of announcements here today. First off, I'm going to invite Judy up to tell us a little bit about the last week of Gourmets for God recruiting host.
I turned myself off. This is the last day to turn in your form if you want to become a host. We've got some really neat things shaping up. I am so excited because since this is the last week for hosts to register, that means that the bidding on these events is going to be happening very soon. In the meantime, everyone who is going to bid will need a bid number. And we have some just outstanding events. We have a handcrafted bowl that you get chili in it, and then you get to take the bowl home. And those are handcrafted by Reverend Laura, so you know each one of them is blessed. We've got Sundays on a Sunday with music bingo. I mean, there's just something for everyone's taste in these events that we're gathering. And but you'll need a bid number. We have the Gourmet for God table set up for you to register to bid. Now, those of you that were here last year and got your bid number, guess what? You get to keep the same bid number. All you need to do is pick up the little card that says your bid number, and you don't even have to fill out the form again. You've already done that last year. So we've got the numbers in the back. You don't have to pick it up today because we're not bidding today, but hopefully if everybody is nice and kind to me and gets their Gourmet for God forms turned in, I will have the auction book ready by next Sunday, and we will be able to start bidding then. But that's really pushing it, guys, so get your bid number. If you're going to do it, get your form turned in so that I can get the auction book ready, and we are going to have some great events for everyone to enjoy.
All right, thank you, Judy. That was a great example of planting seeds. Everybody nice and kind to me. I like that. I just had this idea this morning to do one, which I'm pondering it. Death by chocolate murder mystery. So I think that'll be fun. Yeah. I bought the kit. We'll see. And as I mentioned earlier, we have our 31 Days of Peace prayers coming out. These are just sent out every morning around 6 o'clock in your email. But you must register for it because we didn't want to inundate everybody that is on our email list with the daily email. So sign up for it. It's you can see Kaylee and Kelly in the back, or you can go to our website and sign up for it there. Really powerful prayers by our practitioners this morning. So this coming Saturday, if we have enough people, we only have one signed up so far, but if we get at least 8 people, we were doing a wonderful workshop called Rock Your Rituals. We've been featuring different crystals in our pop-up bookstore each month, and so Kelly, Marshall, and I are putting together. We both kind of like to play with rocks. So we're getting together and putting a workshop together about how to use rocks and crystals in your spiritual practices. So it'll be fun. And you're going to get this beautiful, curated box of rocks. It's really cool. It's really nice. It's about a $40 value that you're going to get for part of this. And it's only $25 for the workshop. So it's a great opportunity. On Sunday, July 20th, we have a sound healing happening here. Those of you that have experienced Melissa Shank before, she has a plethora of instruments that she comes in and does an amazing meditative experience for about 45 minutes to an hour. And it's done on a love offering basis. Powerful experience. So if you're interested in that, make sure to make plans for it. My experiential book study on money magic, mindfulness and money magic book that I wrote is going to be repeated again in August. It's on Monday nights starting August 11th. Runs to August 11th to September 1st. And it's a Zoom class, lasts for about 2 hours, and it's a great experience of exploring the book. So if you're interested in that, you can sign up on our website. And then we have our moment of prayer available in our prayer room, which is right outside this door. Judy will be standing. Are you going to be doing it or somebody else? Scott's going to be standing at the door. Judy's going to be doing Gourmets for God. So look for Scott over here by the door, and he will direct you in to get prayer. Please, ask for prayer. It's that first step. You have to make the opening to it to allow Spirit to flood in for you. All right, would you stand and join hands? If you're comfortable. You don't have to hold hands if you don't want to. You know, we do have all those germs out there I talked about. Just saying. None of these things come nigh my dwelling place. None of these things will touch me. All right, if you would, repeat after me. There is only one life. That life is God.
That life is God.
That life is perfect.
That life is perfect.
That life is my life now.
That life is my life now.
Have a beautiful and blessed week. We'll see you all next week.
Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that